hop into some NHL stuff real quick, and then we'll move on to some NBA. So, quick shout outs. We already shout out McDavid, 100 points in 53 games, absolutely ridiculous. I kind of want to search like highest point per game pace.
Connor fucking McDavid, 53 games, 100 points. So is he gonna pass Gretzky or what is it gonna be, bro?
I don't think that record is kind of untouchable.
No. But he's just gonna finish as one of the greats because of the shit that he's accomplished on the ice.
Oh, I think. Oh shit, bro.
What?
McDavid is 4th all time in point per game.
Okay.
After, and like that doesn't surprise me because Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky are like pretty much average 2 points per game for their whole career, but he averages 1.408 points per game, which is pretty ridiculous. Crosby's pretty high up there too, like low key. Funny enough, he's 1.2, but he's 7th. But Connor McDavid's 4th, and he's still young, you know. But this season. Let me see. Most points per game in one NHL season.
Jeez. Of all time, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, of all time. Okay, so this one's not that high. I mean, 22nd all time. But is this season, though? Like, that's my question. Like, it's not telling me what year. Anyway.
This motherfucker Connor McDavid.
Still, though, it's pretty ridiculous because all these other guys that are on the list are from, like, the 80s and shit, where, like, the goalkeepers back then were not the same. So, not to discredit, like, Gretzky and stuff, but, like, the goalies back then were not this quality, bro. Like, goalies actually know how to fucking make a save. Before, it was kind of just you had pads strapped to you and you just jumped in front of it and tried your best.
Yeah, but the players are not the same either.
The players are not the same either. Like, even Wayne Gretzky himself has said players are more talented today than he ever was. Yeah. But it's all about like how talented you were in your era, like comparative to everybody else you played against, how good you were. That's what makes you a GOAT. Because whatever technology and lessons and skills that existed at the time, you were that far above everyone else. So like when we talk about like goal conversations, I feel like you can't talk about, because bro, who the fuck knows, bro? Maybe in the future we're gonna have bionic legs and shit, and people are going to be allowed to play with that. Like, you don't even know, bro. Like, who knows? Might be able to put that. Maybe Elon's chip that you're gonna put in your head, you can remove pain receptors or some shit. Who the fuck knows, bro? Who knows? Yeah. Like, so technology and like healing and all that, like, bro, stem cell technology is already a thing. When that becomes like something that's not for the rich and wealthy and like, like it's easily accessible and stuff, that's gonna be a whole different game changer. Like you could keep a man young forever. Like, like there's so many dumb things that come with like just advancing technology and health and stuff. So I feel like it's unfair to be like, oh, because you didn't have that technology, like you're not as great, so you're not allowed to be in the combo. I feel like that's not fair. It should always be you in comparison to your peers at the time. That's what measures you as a GOAT. So if you're 50% better than everyone else who played in your era, and the guy who's the best now is only 20% better than everyone else who played in his era, then you're better than him because you were that much better than your peers at the time. That's why I feel this goal conversation should go.
That's a strong statement right there. That's a strong statement right there.
Thank you.
Good job.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Anyway, so McDavid 100.53 games. Mentioned already. Insane. Shout out Austin Matthews. 40 goals in right now. I don't know how many games they've played, but we've already clinched first place in the North Division. So last week we clinched playoffs. This week we clinched first place, so we're going to face the worst team. And it might be Montreal, and we just slapped up Montreal like 2 games straight. So I don't know. Montreal, if I'm Montreal, I'm worried. I'm concerned. Concerned.
Wait, the Leafs are first. Who's second?
I don't think anyone's clinched second yet. North Division.
It's not North Division. Goddamn.
Yeah, people are already coming up with excuses because it's the Leafs. They're like, oh, weakest division in NHL history and stuff. Like, it's not the strongest division. Don't get it twisted, but Yeah, the Oilers are looking like they're gonna clinch that. The Oilers are in second. The Jets are in third. Montreal's in fourth.
Oh yeah.
But those top three teams are clearly the best teams.
Yeah. Let Connor do his thing. Let Connor do his thing.
Damn, bro. We cooked the division though. 76 points, 35 wins. We got 35 wins. The Oilers are second with 33. They have one more game to go. And then the Jets are 28 wins. So the Leafs and Oilers are pretty far ahead of the pack. But yeah, pretty crazy. I kind of want to take a look at the other divisions. Let's see. Oh, damn. Yeah, the Leafs are nice, but I'm looking at some of the other divisions. Some of these other teams went in.
That's why people are already coming up with excuses and shit.
Bro, the Golden Knights are 39 wins in 54 games. That's pretty crazy. Avalanche got 36, which is nice. Penguins 37. Oh shit, Pittsburgh made that comeback. I haven't even been paying attention to these other divisions, bro, but yeah, Penguins, Capitals, Bruins in the East. Oh shit. Carolina was doing nice too. Yeah, you know, people ain't wrong though. Our division is looking kind of weaker, but we also have less teams in the North Division than the other divisions.
Oh well.
So
I guess we're gonna have to see how the playoffs are gonna play like.
Yeah, we will. Damn, the Lightning finished third in their division. That's kind of fucked. Yo, these playoffs are gonna be kind of crazy. Like, I'm looking at the teams. All the teams that are making it in, like, I know are pretty nice. Like, maybe like 2 teams in all of these top 3 that are like borderline. But these NHL playoffs about to be a good time. I'm honestly only worried about like I'm looking at teams. I'm not worried about the first 2 rounds because I don't care about a single Canadian team. I'm not worried about them. Of course, it's sports. Anything can happen. But
facts.
But yeah, in the West Division, Golden Knights are scary. Avalanche are scary. I'm not worried about the rest. East Division, Bruins are third, but like I'm not, for some reason, like I'm not worried about the Penguins or the Capitals who are first or second, but I'm worried about the Bruins just because it's the Bruins and like we know our history. But I don't know, those 3 teams are all tough though. Penguins, Capitals, Bruins, but I'd say Bruins are our main concern. Central, I'm not worried about Carolina or Florida, but I'm worried about Tampa Bay. But yeah, like the Leafs can beat any of these teams. They're good enough to beat any of these teams. We need to get fucking healthy though.
In the 7-game series, the Leafs can beat these teams?
Oh yeah, they can beat any of these teams. Any of these teams. Like any of these teams they could win. There's some that are obviously like 50-50s or you know, maybe a little advantage to another team. Like honestly, the only team that like I look at and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to face them is Boston because it's Boston and they've cooked us 3 times in the playoffs. You know, like I don't even know if it's because they're better or worse at this point. It's literally just because it's the Bruins and like there's just that history there. You know, it's like LeBronto. You know, like it's just a stress. Like it's like when are we gonna beat those guys? But everyone else, I'm not worried about, and I'm not worried about the first 2 rounds. Once again, bro, I could see these guys losing to the fucking Oilers in the second round or something, you know, like I could see it happening. They need to make it out of the first round this year though. They need to make it. If they don't make it out of the first round this year, bro, I swear to God, I swear to God.
Yo, with a team like that, I would expect your hopes to be higher than that, bro.
Bro, my hopes are down because they haven't made it out of the first round in years, and like they made the playoffs since 2016 and they keep losing in the first round.
Yeah, but like, that team hasn't been that nice since 2016.
Yeah, no, this is the nicest Leaf team I've ever seen in my life. This is the nicest Leaf team I've ever seen in my life. Like, they're nice as fuck. Like, ridiculous team, solid team. We need to get healthy though. We need Zach Hyman. We need Nick Foligno for the playoffs. Bogosian would be nice to get back too. We need all those guys back ASAP.
Did Nylander get injured today?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything. I didn't get a notie about him being injured. I didn't watch the game today because like I wanted to watch the UFC. But anyways, also one last shout out to Ryan Miller who played his last game. If you don't know who Ryan Miller is, pretty legendary U.S. goalie. If you're a Leafs fan from late to early 2000s, you know this guy was a Leaf killer. We could not score on this guy. So shout out to him, respects to him, long lengthy career. I don't know if he won a gold medal or not. I don't think so. But anyways, one of the best U.S. goalkeepers ever. Shout out to Ryan Miller. So into the big news in the NHL this week. So my brother, I sent you clips. You saw what Tom Wilson did to Artemi Panarin.
Yeah.
When he slammed his ass on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you saw the chaos that ensued afterwards. So, Tom Wilson, regular offender. He honestly, he's the type of enforcer that could survive in the game today, because yeah, he hits and he fights and he does all that shit, but at the same time he actually can score and put up points and things like that. So he's a good player, but he does a lot of like stupid things, you know. Il est agressif. He's a killer out there.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Rangers and the Capitals had games back to back. First game, situation happens. There's a little battle in front of the net. Tom Wilson like punches like Vucevic in his is it Vucevic?
Vucevic, the basketball player?
Vucinovic. It's Vucinovic.
Oh, Vucinovic.
Yeah, Vucinovic in the shoulder, or some people were saying in the head, and then it starts a whole freaking line scramble. And Artemi Panarin, which is the star player of the team, and he's nice. You should actually watch his highlights. Nasty kid, nasty Russian mans. He comes and like jumps on the back of Wilson and like pulls him off his teammate, right? Which is like, there's nothing wrong with that. He's just trying to protect his teammate because Tom Wilson's being a fool. And then Tom Wilson grabs this guy, no helmet, boom, tosses him to the ice, like F's him up, and he just gets like 5 in a game. So 5 in a game means 5 minutes and a 10-game misconduct, which means like he's out of the game. Basically everybody was calling for this guy to be suspended, right, for a couple games, like you know, at least one game, and the NHL only fined him $5,000. And keep in mind, this is a repeat offender, and what he did was pretty messed up. Like, not only are you like roughing up a star player, almost injured a star player, but he had no helmet and you still slammed him to the ice and stuff. So pretty messed up. Like, this shit shouldn't slide.
Yeah.
So, you know, controversy in the NHL because there's the crazy people who who literally want to see these guys get effed up and like fighting and hitting and all that crazy stuff, which like I like that shit too, but as long as it's done safely, you know. We're not trying to give someone mental problems for the rest of their life, you know, like
they're gonna stop fighting eventually.
Put them in a wheelchair. I mean, they already barely fight, bro. How many fights have you seen this season? Like 3? Like, you know, they barely fight. They used to fight like every game back in the day. But yeah, so fine $5,000, and then New York was not happy about it. Not happy at all about it. Rightfully so. So next game, it's a back-to-back game. New York said, alright then, we'll take this situation into our own hands. Within the first 5 minutes of the game,
it was a bang out.
7 fights. Literally one clip, it's like all 3 forwards at the face-off line drop their glove and start fighting each other, bro. 7 fights within the first 5 minutes. The penalty box was packed. At this point, the players were sitting on each other's laps and shit. Like, you know, like they're Santa Claus. But yeah, Tom Wilson leaves the game with an injury, but people are basically saying like, yeah, he got out the game because they knew they were just gonna try to fuck him up all night. Like, even his fight, I think Smith was his name, just attacked him randomly and just like started going in on him and stuff. So it was a whole beef, whole fucked up situation. First of all, blame the NHL. Screw you guys. You should have fucking suspended him and none of this shit would have happened. But nah, you'll find him $5,000 repeat offender. You're dumb. And it's the end of the season too. Just suspend him for 2 games. The Capitals are second. Like, who cares? Like, literally damage control. So, and New York, like the team, makes a statement about George Peros, which is the head of player safety. So he makes the rulings, right? Like, they go to like court, and then they do like a assessment of what happened, and then they decide if you get fined, suspended, this, that, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So George Peros, one thing you should know is that he was a former like enforcer, so one of those guys that They don't exist anymore. But pretty much like the only reason this guy got put on the ice was to fight. Retired fairly recently. He actually got in a pretty messed up incident where like his head hit the ice and stuff, and they made him head of player safety. So basically, New York was like made a whole fancy statement. I'm just gonna give you the Coles notes, but basically they're like, this guy should step down from his job. He's unfit for it. Like he's shit at his job.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh shit, like because the NHL don't like when people speak against them. Nobody speaks against the NHL.
Facts.
So the Rangers make that statement, and people were like, yo, these guys are gonna get fined like $1 million or something as a team, But the thing is, New York is a pretty big franchise in the NHL, and you guys already fucked up. So like, you better not fuck up even more. So they fined them $250K to the team, which is still like a good amount of money, but it's kind of fucked up. How all of this started because all you did was fine Tom Wilson $5K for injuring a star player. So honestly, just this whole debacle of a situation, had to go over it because it was big news in the NHL this week. NHL, do better. Please do better. And that's all I have to say about that.
Terry from the Lace 'em Up podcast has spoken.
Do you have anything to say about the situation, bro? You saw the clips.
I mean, that's why, but I believe they're gonna like ban fighting eventually. Like
they'll never do it because there's fans who specifically watch the games for that shit.
I know, but I feel like those fans are gonna like grow older too, and then they're gonna change it eventually. You know what I mean? Like that's getting fucked up. Like the consequences could be 10 times worse.
The game's so much faster now too, bro. Like you hit a player in a fucked up way, like they're going flying. These guys are skating like 40K an hour, some of them, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is kind of crazy.
It's fucked up.